Hello everyone. How are you today? Thank you for joining on my another public live today. So it's the 21st of July 2020 on Friday. So it's a happy Friday to everybody. And in Japan, this is on holiday. Yesterday and today it's on holiday in Japan. And so the town is kind of quiet right now. But yeah, for those who are not in Japan, welcome to my public live on this happy Friday. So I will talk about the gold today, and I will show you exactly how I use the stochastics, especially to capture the trading edges. So every Friday, as it says here, every Friday I talk about my own strategy. So I am a Japanese Forex full-time trader who uses Ichimoku and other tools to capture trends and also to execute a buy and sell. So Ichimoku for me is to capture the bigger picture. So I use Ichimoku in higher time frames, like 1 hour, 30 minutes or above time frames. I use Ichimoku. But when it comes to capturing trading edges, I use different tools like Bollinger Band stochastics and lines in price actions, and also Fibonacci retracement and extension, and so on. So today I will show you how I use the stochastics indicator to exactly capture the trading edges. So I used to do it. I've showed it to you on my previous live when I was running the Forex Tester 4 a couple of weeks ago. I showed it to you exactly how I capture the edges by using stochastics. But today I will explain about that by looking at some of the real charts so that it can be more practical. So if you like today's topic already, please press a good button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, so that you get notified as I do these lives every week. Alright, so let's get started right now. So later in the part today, I will talk about my own profile. Today I'm thinking to talk about my educational background and my profile. So that will be after talk about this stochastics. So just as a disclaimer, all this knowledge is based on my own experience. So when you take trades, please do with your own risk. So hold on. So let's see who's here first. All right, thank you for joining, everyone. Alexandru and AJ, good to see you. Arkady, thank you for joining. And Ravi, thanks for joining as well. And Tim and Hester, thank you for subscribing. Thanks for joining on my Ichimoku community. All right, thank you for joining. So make sure to access to the community tab on YouTube, and access to Discord, please, so that you get all the perks that you can expect. But yeah, thank you for joining on my Ichimoku Basic Master community, and stay gold. All right, thank you. And let's see, Alexandra. All right, once again, thank you for joining. Good to see you. And Anthony, good to see you. Louis, Harsul, and James, Hogar, Mohammad, Panchika, Mr. Fernandez, Tan, Yanular, and Anthony, Vincent, thank you for joining. And Indonesian Forex trader, John, all right, thank you for joining from Indonesia. It's good to hear that. All right, Gabriel, Sandar, and Tahas, Victor, Karan, everybody, thank you for joining. All right, so it's always nice to see everybody from different parts of the world, so that we talk about the same Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. And I have been so proud to talk about Ichimoku and my own strategy from Japan, who studied the Ichimoku based on these original books. So if you haven't had a chance to read the original books, please do. This is actually available in Japanese only, but you can just look at the charts and Goichi Hosoda's handwriting drawings, then it might be also interesting. So yeah, if you want to use Ichimoku, and if you will keep using Ichimoku in your trades, I wish you read or you kind of peek on this Ichimoku original book once or twice along the way. That's my recommendation. Alright, so let's talk about some markets. And so I started to use TradingView, and these are the pairs in commodities and indexes that I usually look at. And I put these flags here. So yellow flag shows that this is uptrend or downtrend in 4-hour chart, and red ones shows that this is uptrend or downtrend in a daily chart. So on this one, USDJPY is currently downtrending. So if I hover on this one, USDJPY, and this is a daily chart, so when I move it to 4-hour chart, this is trending down. I mean, Kumo's moving down, and Senko span A down, and also Kijun Sen is also downwards. So this is a beautiful downtrend in USDJPY, and that's why I highlighted on this orange color here. So whenever you see these pairs, and whenever you see this is in orange flag, that is the uptrend or downtrend in 4-hour chart. When you see the ones on the red flags, these are trending in the daily chart. So yeah, and also so I was gonna talk about USDJPY, but when I look at the lower time frames, for example like 1, this is not downtrending, right? You see Senko span B is flat and Senko span A is down, but Kijun Sen is flat currently. So based on my strategy, this is not the downtrend, right? We have to wait until Kijun Sen to move down. We better wait for the Kijun Sen to move down to look for the sell chance in further lower time frames. So yeah, and that's why I don't think I will talk about the trading edges by stochastics on this currency pair. When they move down, when the Kijun Sen start to move down, then I will talk about that, but not right now. And if you look at the 30-minute chart also, all these lines are flat. Senko span B flat, A flat, and Kijun Sen flat right here. So this is also consolidating and also retracing backwards. So until we see Kijun Sen down and Senko span A down, or Kijun Sen down and Senko span B down, we better wait for that. We better wait to move to lower time frames to capture the trading edges by using stochastics and so on. So instead of picking this USDJPY, let's look at the gold. All right, so in gold daily chart, it's uptrending. All right, so this is a gold, and the Kumo, after the Kumo twisted right here, it's been uptrending beautifully, right? Kumo's long enough, and it's getting its thickness now, and the angle is decent, uptrending Kumo, so that's good. And then if you look at the Senko span B here, it's flat, but Senko span A slightly moving up, and Kijun Sen also slightly moving up. So in the daily chart, we see that this is uptrend. So we can go to lower time frames, either 1 hour or 30-minute chart, to confirm this uptrend. So what I usually do is I look at either 1 hour 30 and look at exactly the same thing. I look at the Kumo, Senko span BA, and Kijun Sen angles. So in 1 hour chart, we can see that Senko span B flat, but Senko span A is slightly moving up, and Kijun Sen right now it just became flat. It was up on Kijun Sen 1 hour ago, but now it's flat. So unfortunately, we cannot go lower time frame to look for the buy chance. Technically. So this is the way I usually capture trend, and this is, I think, a very simple but very powerful way to identify whether the market is in the range or trend. So sometimes you see uptrend in, like for example, daily chart on this one uptrend. Hold on. Yeah, daily chart you see uptrend, but if you look at the 4, oh yeah, in 4, I can see that this is also uptrending, right? Kumo's moving up, Senko span A up, and Kijun Sen slightly moving up, And Tenkan-sen, the blue one, Tenkan-sen is also slightly moving up, and Chikou span is all the way above these candles. So this is the decent uptrend also. So we see some confluence here. Daily chart, 4-hour chart moving up. So this is a very stable uptrend. And also, if you look at the one, the current price is above the 4 lines, and Chikou span is still above the candles. Chikou span is kind of getting closer and closer to the candles now, but technically this is still placed above the candles, so this is decent uptrend also. And if you look at the 30, the things will be a little bit different. The 30-minute chart, the price is above the Tenkan Kijun and Kumo here, so this is bullish. And if you look at the Chikou span, looks like the Chikou span just broke the candles upwards now. So in 30-minute chart, this is suggesting that this is the beginning of the new uptrend. So we can look for the buy chance in this case. That is the analysis in Ichimoku 5 lines. Based on the Ichimoku 5 lines and the current price level. So but I can see that 1-hour chart is more beautiful uptrend because Chikou span never crossed the candles before yet, but it's been uptrending. And also the price has been supported by the Kijun Sen. The price has been supported by the Kijun Sen a couple of times. And now this is still going up. So this is more stable uptrend in 1 hour than 30. But as you can see, depending on which time frame you look at, the behavior of the lines of Ichimoku will different, and also the candlesticks of course different. So this is where people might get confused, because sometimes daily chart looks to be uptrending, but 4-hour chart, in this particular case 4-hour chart is also uptrend, but sometimes you see 4-hour chart ranging, 1-hour chart ranging. So what should we do, right? So in that case, you always follow the bigger time frame major trend. So if the daily chart once again is uptrending like this, then sooner or later we can expect that the lower time frames are going to be also uptrend. But if you don't see lower time frames are not uptrend, then that means you have to wait. You have to wait until the lower time frames become uptrend also, because usually the trend follows the bigger time frames. When it comes to capturing the beginning of the trend reverse or beginning of the trend retracement, it happens from the lower time frames. But usually the trend, when it comes to trend itself, it follows the major trend direction. And that's why I prefer the top-down analysis. I usually look at the bigger time frames first and see if these daily chart or even weekly chart are uptrending. And then I break it down to lower time frames. So I think this is important to whenever you look at the multiple time frames, this is important. Actually, when I started to look at the different time frames, multiple time frames, that was my initial confusion. Like the lines move differently among the time frames, and I didn't know what to do when I was still a newbie. So, so that's my conclusion. I mean, whenever you capture the uptrend or downtrend, you better stick with that time frame. So once again, in this case, daily chart is moving up, so you can go down to either 1 hour or 30 and see if one of these time frames are also uptrending. And in one, you see that this is uptrend, Senko span A moving up, and Kijun Sen is flat. So this is technically not the uptrend. So we better wait for the Kijun Sen to move up to look for the buy chance. Is it clear so far? So yeah, if you look at like multiple time frames, you might get the idea of how you capture trend. And Ichimoku because Ichimoku has 5 lines, it might also confuse people because yeah, sometimes a Tenkan-sen goes up, Kijun-sen goes flat, Kumo might be twisting downtrending, and you might not really sure which one you have to follow. Some people say that you better stick with the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen crosses, but some other people say that you better stick with the Kumo breakout or Kumo twist can be the indication of the retracement or the trend reverse and such. And also Chikou breakout is the important things, blah blah blah, right? So there are lots of signals in Ichimoku. So it might create another confusion when you actually use Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. And that's why I simplified it to capture trend. You just look at the Senko span B. When Kumo's moving up, Senko span B is the lower part, and Senko span A is the upper part of the Kumo. And the Kijun-sen, you look at the Kijun-sen as a green one in my chart color setting. This is a green one, is a Kijun-sen. So you just look at these 3 lines and the combination. So you look at the combination, whether Senko span B up and also Kijun-sen up, or Senko span A up and Kijun-sen up, and that will confirm the decent uptrend. So you can just stick with that, and once you get used to it, then you can start to look at the Tenkan-sen location to the current price level, and also you can add further confirmation on this Chikou span. When Chikou span is above the candles, that is the uptrend confirmation furthermore. Yeah, so anyways, so let me just come back to some of your comments now. All right, hi, thank you for joining. Everybody, good to see you. All right, let's see. All right, Tahas Victor, Karan, and LVL, Lens, and thank you for joining. Good to see you. And Sandar, good to see you. All right. Monthly time frame. Yeah, monthly time frame, I sometimes look at it. By the end of the month or the beginning of the month, I look at the monthly time frame, because that's when the monthly candlestick closes. Hi Sukanta, thank you for joining, and Lord Ohayo, good morning. All right, you know some Japanese. That's good. Gabriel, good to see you. What pair this? Oh, this is the gold. This is the gold, as you can see on the left side here. All right. Hi Eric, thank you for joining. Good to see you. All right. Yep, I am having a great day. Yep. I hope everyone have also a great day too. All right, Brandon, thank you for joining, and Johnny, Louis, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, Mr. Fernandez. Yes, it is. All right. Karim, good to see you. All right. And Michael, hello. How do you capture trend on the lower time frames? Do you still use Ichimoku or just other indicators like stochastics, Bollinger Bands? Oh, so the thing is that I don't capture up or down trend in lower time frames. I mean, 5 or 15-minute chart are the only the time frame to execute trades. So I don't really care so much about the trend in lower time frames. Yeah, I only capture trend 30-minute chart above. All right, hi Hasor, thank you for joining. Gold moved to 1900. Yeah, could be. It's reaching towards the next high here. So yeah, it could be the case. This is bullish. So just wait and see if there is a recent high breakout on this one. All right, hi Shanti and Laurent, thank you for joining. All right, so let's assume that the Kijun Sen is up and Senko Span A is up. Then in that case, I look at the lower time frames, which are 15 or 5, to confirm the trading edges. Okay, the trading edges. What's the most? Oh, sorry. Yeah, hold on. What's the most key line in Ichimoku that you decided to take trade? Senko Span B up or down? I look at the combination of either Senko Span B and Kijun Sen or Senko Span A and Kijun Sen. And that is explained on my KTS strategy. So if you are not really downloaded the KTS PDF yet, you can download that one. It's available for free from the link below description. So you can click on that one and download the PDF. So yeah, I usually don't take one single line of Ichimoku to confirm the uptrend or downtrend. I look at multiple confirmations to capture the trends. Double top in monthly time frame. All right. Yeah, and also there is a double top in 1 hour chart too in this time frame. All right, Brandon, could you do some examples of when to exit a trade next time, please? Yeah, when I take a trade, then I will talk about the exit timing also. Yeah, it's important too. Yeah, at some point, when you start to get used to it, when you start to get used to the entry chance, the next question will be when to exit. So that was another my struggle. It was, I think, second year, third year. My struggle was actually the exit timing. Where to exit, where exactly to exit was the question. So yeah, I will talk about it whenever I have a positions. In that case, I will switch it to MT5 and exactly show you how I exit. Hi Tan, thank you for joining, and Ichiro, thank you for joining. Good to see you. All right, no worries. Always welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining. And Daniel, thank you for joining as well. Yes, sir. If you take a trade and go profit when you close the trade, So I close a trade whenever I see the end of the uptrend, downtrend. So currently, in this case, because I see it uptrend in 4 or daily, I see the uptrend in daily chart. So let's say I take a buy here. Let's say I take a buy by looking at the lower time frames. Then I will keep holding it until this hold on, keeps moving. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so let's say I take a buy here. Then I just keep holding it until the Kijun Sen becomes flat and Senko Span A becomes flat. So I don't place the target by the price or by the risk-reward ratio, but instead I keep extending that profit as much as possible, as long as there is a uptrend persistent. Yeah, that's the exact close timing. And then I look at the lower time frames at that time, and when I see some confirmations like double top in this case or head and shoulders in lower time frames, then I exit. Yeah, so it's like the reverse mindset of when to take trades. You just go backwards, and you can confirm when to exactly exit. Is I think the easiest answer to understand. Yep. Is Bollinger Band width available in MT5? I don't think so. It's I don't think there's a default Bollinger Band width indicator in MT5. I've seen that in MT4. I think it was available to download on any other websites, but not sure about MT5. Yeah, and that's why I don't really talk about Bollinger Band width indicator in MT5. Hi Nikolai, thank you for joining. And James, just to confirm, Senko Span A down, Senko Span B flat, Kijun Sen down would be downtrend, even though Senko Span B flat. Yep, that's true. That's true. So it's either, right? It's either Senko Span B up, Kijun Sen up, or Senko Span A up and Kijun Sen up will be the confirmation to capture the trend. So here is a PDF that is available to anybody, and I have a KTS playlist on my website, and also this YouTube platform. So you can click on the playlist and you can see whole explanation of how I capture trend in Senko Span BA and Kijun Sen. But briefly touching on that, so I look at the time frames in three categories: big time frame, middle time frame, and small time frame. So, and this is how I capture the trend. So I look at the Kumo angle, length, and thickness of it, and if they are decent, then I start to look at the Senko Span B first. And when Senko Span B is up, then I look at the Kijun Sen, whether it's up also. And when Kijun Sen up also, then I go to lower time frame to confirm the trend. But if Senko Span B flat, then I look at the Senko Span A, whether it's also uptrending or not. And while Senko Span B flat, when Senko Span A is uptrend, then I look at the Kijun Sen and see if this is also up or not. And if Kijun Sen is also up, then that is that trend in my definition. So yeah, it's the combination of Senko Span BA and Kijun Sen angles. Yeah, so this is a little bit of a recap on how to capture the trend in bigger time frames. Hi Matolawa, thank you for joining. Good to see you from South Africa. All right, good to see you. All right, Brandon. What if the price breaks through the Kijun Sen, but Kijun Sen is still going up? Do you exit the trade then? If Kijun Sen is still up, then I don't exit yet. Yeah, and if Kijun Sen up and also Senko Span A is up, then I don't exit yet. All right, Shanti, Nifty making a head and shoulders pattern. Yeah, Nifty has been uptrending now, so I think it's gonna break further upwards. MT4 at it, IC market have Bollinger Bands. All right, the width you mean? Sure, James, you're welcome. Lewis, you can get Bollinger Band width in MT5. Okay, so that's available. Yeah, I never used the MT5 Bollinger Band width indicator, so yeah, it's a good news. Maybe you can just Google it. You can just Google the Bollinger Band width, and you might be able to find the indicator for MT5. Don't know if it's because of the brokers, but mine have. Oh, okay. IC market. All right. So, yeah. All right, Oleg. Thank you for joining. Happy Friday. Yep. Sure. Stay gold. All right. Good to see you. Okay. Do you measure distance between Senko Span A and B? I don't technically measure it, but I just look at the thickness of it and compare the thickness from the past. So in the past, this was relatively thinner here, but now it's getting thicker. So this is a good confirmation for its stable uptrend. Yeah, so if there is any indicator that is called like a Kumo width, then that would be great. But unfortunately, I don't find it. So Yeah, like a Bollinger Band width, if there is a like Kumo width indicator on the below here, that would be great, right? Yeah, but I don't find that, unfortunately. Do you mean distance between Senko span A and B? Yeah, that's the thickness of Senko span A, I mean the Kumo, is identified by the distance between Senko span A and B. Yep. Hi, so you're welcome. We must wait for gold cross or dead cross on stochastics above or below 50. Yep, that's true. What is the best method to take trades ranging market? So when you see the range in bigger time frame, or when I see the range in bigger time frame, first of all, I don't really take trades. And depending on what kind of range that is, you know, I either take trades or not. For example, like if the range is like ascending or descending triangle, then the breakout possibility might be higher, so I might take it. But if that is like a pure like a triangle range, like P wave, then most likely I won't take any trades. I prefer to look at the market that is more trending up or down. Yeah. So that's one thing that is important also, right? We better stay away, possibly, when the market is ranging, especially in bigger time frames, because you might get lost cut many times. Like in this case, this is trending upwards, so the possibility for the price to break upwards is relatively higher in this case. And that's why I look for the buy chance. I never look for the sell chance in this case, but I only look for the buy chance on this one. So that the first of all, the stop loss can be as set as possible, and I can try the profit as much as possible. Can you make us for another playlist how to trade the range? So yeah, I don't really take trades in the range. So in my strategy is to capture the trend and take trades and ride on the trend. So yeah, I would say you better avoid taking trades within the range. Alright, let's say when you take profits, Kei-san, do you based on higher time frame or lower time frames? So initially, when I start to look for the take profit timing, I look at the bigger time frame. So higher time frame, for example, on this one, daily chart is currently moving up, but when Kijun Sen start to be flat, and when Senko span A start to be flat, then that's when exactly the market start to be ranging like this, right? In that case, these lines will flat, and also Senko span B remains flat, obviously, because there is no renewal of the recent high upwards on this one. So, but as soon as I see that, I don't exit yet. I look at the lower time frame, and I investigate on the price action in smaller time frames on this one. Like there might be some double top here, or head and shoulders pattern might be happening, or some reverse N wave, like some consecutive reversed N wave might be happening in lower time frames. In that case, I will just exit at the next breakout of the recent low in the lower time frames. But if it's ranging in smaller time frame, but when I start to see the N wave, like a bullish N wave or some kind of a bullish confirmation in lower time frames, then most likely I keep holding it. I keep holding that buy until I see a decent downtrend next time in lower time frames. All right. So that's basically how I exit, how I capture the exit timing in higher time frames and exactly in lower time frames. All right, Anthony, just out of interest, gold 1 hour Bollinger Band width is getting very low. Okay, so 1 hour Bollinger Band looks to be squeezing now. All right, so yeah, the market is charging the energy, so it might break upwards. So in this case, you can simply draw the horizontal lines like above here and lower level also, like in this area, or you can even draw the trend line. For example, you can draw the trend line like this way, and you can see that this is the ascending triangle, which is my favorite type of P-wave triangle. So whenever the price gets closer to this support line, then I just look for the buy chance. It's of course in the lower time frames, 5 or 15. All right, Ashok, thank you for joining. And LVL, yep, you're welcome. Brandon, for everyone who is using MT4, there is a lot size risk reward calculator that you can download to make it easier for your lot sizing calculation for your money management. And that's a good news. That's a good news. Yeah, lot sizing is very important. I have my own lot sizing calculator by Excel sheet. So yeah, always make sure to calculate the correct lot sizing to make it 2% of your whole capital every time you take trades. Yeah, that is very important. All right, Suresh, what would you do when spike up, spike down? When I take trades, then I just exit it, right? I think the price will be hitting the stop loss, so I exit. And if I don't have any positions when there is spike up and down, then I just wait for the next couple of minutes or hours until the market settles down. Yeah, like there was spike up and down by the fundamental news. Like today, there are a couple of important and big news events today on the major currencies. So whenever there is a spike up and down, then most likely I just avoid taking trades and come back to the chart for leave the chart for the next couple of hours. Yeah, always avoid the uncertainty is a key. Yeah, when you're not sure whether this is uptrend or downtrend, then you better stay away from the market. And whenever there's a spike up and down, and if you don't know what's going to happen next, then you have to stay away from the market. That is a very important mindset to keep your mindset healthy. Yeah, because I used to take trades when there's a spike up and down. Right after that, I used to take trades, and when I do that, first of all, the spread is relatively higher because the volatility is high, and usually the spread on brokers gets really higher. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I avoid taking trades after spike up and down, right after, I mean. And also there's lots of uncertainties, like let's say this is 1 hour, and let's say there's something big happens related to gold or US, then there is a spike down, breaking the Kumo downwards this way. When that happens, I don't take trades, I don't take sell. Although I see a Kumo breakout downwards, I don't take a sell because it might go upwards from there too. So most likely when this kind of move happens in the market, most likely I look at the bigger time frames like a 4-hour daily chart, and if this is still uptrend, then I still look for the buy chance. But if Kijun Sen goes flat, for example, or if Senko Span start to retrace backwards in bigger time frames by the spike down like this, then I won't look for the buy chance anymore. All right, Harsel, yeah, trend is your friend. Exactly. All right, Nikolai, Do you hold trades over the weekend? Yeah, if I have a more than 80 pips of fixed profit, then yes, I do. Otherwise, I just exit right before the weekend and come back to the chart next week. What do you think of divergence between price and indicator? I think it's variable. Yeah, divergence is good to know. Yeah. Trend is a friend, yes, but so is range. After the range, there is a breakout that is an indication of a new trend. Be careful with false breakout, but range is good. Sure, yeah, of course, if there's a breakout of range, then that could be a new trend. But whenever there is a range, we're not really sure which way the price is going to break. And that's why capturing trend is very important. If you don't know how to capture a trend, for example, on this Ichimoku, then you lose the chances, and also you might get stopped out many times. So make sure to write on a trend is important, and also breakout, capturing breakout is also important too. Hi Kay, waiting to join your class in September. Sure. Yeah, so the announcement will be made anytime soon for the GTS Global Trading School in September. So yeah, please write me an email if you're interested, so that I can give you some heads up. Yeah, right now I'm still deciding the schedule between October, November, December session. I'm still setting up the schedule and all the contents. So yeah, if you can write me an email, then that'll be great. To exit lower time frame, you mean 1 hour 30 or 15.05? Yeah, 15.05. Yep. So in my definition, lower time frames mean 15.05. Yeah, it's a small time frame, but yeah, this is lower time frames in 15.05. If you see a trend on daily, then confirm it on 1 hour and enter 5. Then 1 hour Kijun Sen becomes flat. Do you keep the trade position as long as daily chart still up? Yes, that's true. Yeah. In that case, you follow the daily chart uptrend. Alright. Thank you, Kay. Do you only take one position every trade, or do you compound whenever you see a pullback or liquidity? Yes, I compound. Yeah. Once I set the break-even line, then yeah, I look for the next chance to buy or sell on the same currency pair, or maybe I go to different currencies, because I can take another 1 or 2% risk per trade after setting the break-even line. Yeah, I always play the game where there is a break-even or win game. Yeah, I don't really play the game where there is a loss or win game. So I make sure to put the break-even, then I look for another trade chance on the same currency pair, or I look at other currency pairs to take trades. All right, Austra, thank you for joining. All right, and Aurelio. All right, you're welcome. All right, Nikolai, you're welcome. Can you tell me about this trading school? Is it free? No, it's not free. If you come to my website, you see the description here, and this was actually the contents between July to September. So you can click on the services, and you can click on the GTS. Actually, the link is on the description below, so you can click on the details. But yeah, the schedule and the contents and price will be changed on the session in October. So and it will be announced anytime soon. I'm still setting up the contents. Hi, I want to purchase your book, Ichimoku Basic Master Book. Please guide and use it for Indian market. Yeah, the Ichimoku Basic Master Book. You mean Ichimoku Basic Master Book. Yeah, this is only available as one of the perks to join this Ichimoku community. And I don't sell it by itself because the copyright process is too much in Japan. So that's why I don't really thinking to release this in public. But instead, you can join on this Ichimoku community. Then you can get this one for free. I mean, as one of the perks to join on this Ichimoku community. The link is also in the description below, so you can click on that one and see the details. Alright, so let me talk about some further market. So yeah, let's assume that this is uptrend, and I look at either 15 or 5 and wait for the gold cross of Stochastics. Right, so in 15, it's just dead crossing now. So I don't take any sell or buy. So I just wait for the Stochastics to gold cross next time, and then look for the buy chance there. Ideally, the gold cross happens below the 50 line. Right, so you can put the horizontal line in 50 level. Like this, you put the horizontal line in 50 level on Stochastics. And whenever the gold cross happens below 50, that will be a great chance to buy by itself. Like this. But sometimes the Stochastics gold cross happens above the 50 level. Like in this place, Stochastics gold cross happens above the 50 level. In that case, I recommend you to look for another confirmations to buy. Like you better look at the candlestick patterns or Fibonacci retracement, or use other tools like a Bollinger Bands. Also, when it's squeezing, when Bollinger Band squeezing here, and you see gold cross of Stochastics, that will be a great confirmation to add to buy here. So when gold cross happens above the 50, or dead cross happens below the 50 level, then you better add some further confirmations to buy or sell from there. But when gold cross happens below the 50, or dead cross happens above the 50 level, then that will be a great buy or sell chance by itself, by the Stochastics by itself. So this is the case in 15. So usually I compare the 15-minute chart and 5, and which one of these time frames has better trading edges. So I will just show you the example by looking at this Stochastics now. So 15 chart Stochastics looks like this. There is a dead cross above, like a kind of on slightly below the 80 level now. And let's move on to 5 and see what we can see. Alright, in 5 also this has been dead crossing. Stochastics dead cross here above 80% level. But because this is this is uptrend in bigger time frame, we don't want to take a sell here, right? We only look for the buy chance. So and another dead cross happens here now. So the Stochastics sloping down, right? Stochastics has been sloping down, and if the dead cross if the gold cross happens below the 50 level, then that will be a great confirmation to buy at that point. Of course, you look at the bigger time frame at that time, and when Kumo and Kijun Sen are moving up, then that will be a great timing to buy at that point. And I see some divergence here now. Like the price is being in a range, and it doesn't break the recent low on the price. But when you look at the Stochastic itself, this is sloping down. So I see some divergence, while price is being flat. So I'm assuming that there might be some pushback sometime near future. So when that happens, I just wait for the gold cross and stochastics and take other confirmations to take a buy. So let's say the price keeps going down this way and stochastics slope down furthermore, and let's say the price start to go up and stochastics gold cross, right? In that case, I might be able to draw, for example, the counter trend line like this way, and I add this counter trend line breakout as one of the confirmations to take a buy along with this stochastics gold cross. Or when this level is like a 50% or 61.8% Fibonacci retracement from the lowest price and highest price in this 5-minute chart, then that will be further confirmation to take a buy here. So you can take the Fibonacci retracement like this, and when the price happens to be at 61.8% level like this, then you can add that confirmation to take a buy there also, right? You see that you see that the price was supported by the 61.8%. Then after the breakout of the line, and also after confirming the stochastics gold cross, you can take a buy. So this will be a great buying edge in 5. Yeah, like that. So, and you try to find as many confirmations as possible when you take a buy. As long as the price, as long as the bigger time frame or middle time frames are moving up, the possibility for the price to break the recent high for the uppers is still higher, right? That's still higher. So you can always look for the buy chance. And this is actually the power of multiple time frame analysis. You always follow the major trend direction and you look for the buy chance or sell chance in lower time frames, 5 or 15-minute chart. All right. If I see a good uptrend on daily chart and confirm it by 1 hour, and I look only Bollinger Band squeeze and gold cross stochastic without look for other trading edges because still newbie and I can't combine indicators. Yeah, so you don't have to take all these indicators, right? If you are still a newbie, I don't really recommend you to take all these indicators and tools that I use. You just pick 1 or 2 or 3 maybe at most, and you try to combine these 3 confirmations to take a buy. So if you're familiar with the Bollinger Band squeeze and stochastics, then you can just stick with it and you can add the lines like a trend line, support line, resistance lines to capture the trading edges. Yeah. And it's a matter of how you get familiar with the combination of these indicators. And also, these are the indicators and tools that I use to capture trading edges, but you can actually take anything else. I mean, you can take MACD, RSI could be another confirmation if you're familiar with it. So yeah, in that sense, don't like trust myself, right? You can also add your confirmation, add your own confirmation to take buys. But the idea is you have to follow the major trend direction. And that's what I share my knowledge here in this YouTube public live. And also the GTS courses. I mean, you better capture the trend by using Ichimoku, and then you take trades, right? You take trades with a decent risk management strategies. And it has to be consistent. All right. Hi, Dinesh. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. All right. But if gold cross above 50, we don't take the trade. Yeah, so you can add further confirmations to take a buy when it's gold cross above 50. Let's start for me being busy morning. All right. Thank you for joining. All right. Yeah. Sometimes I have a slow day. Yeah. Like sometimes I wake up at like 10 a.m. in the morning and the day starts slow. And yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a slow morning so that we can still relax. All right, Gabriel, stay gold. Okay, sure, stay gold, Gabriel. Also, all right. Do you play support resistance, or you only play with when there is a trend going on within the market? Yeah. I only capture the trend to take trades. Yeah, I am a trend follower, so I'm good at capturing the trend by Kumo and Kijun Sen, and ride on it is my style. Yeah, and I enter based on 5 or 15. All right, hey Anthony. With gold being up over 4% this week, being up over $80 in just 5 days, some long traders might be taking profits to prevent carryover into another week. Yeah, that might be a possibility. Yeah. So towards the end of today, there might be some take profit orders also. So we might see some retracement later today in gold. Yeah, so that's something that we have to be careful. All right, hi Jojo, thank you for joining from Manila. All right, good to see you. All right, and hi. Do you use default setting for stochastics or change its the settings? Yeah, I change it to 30-10-10. So as it says here, stochastic setting person K30, person D10, and soloing as 10. And this is my favorite setting, so I just use this one, and it's been working for me, and that's why I introduce it to everybody here. Any thoughts on GJ? GJ right now is not on the flag, so this is not up or down trend. Yeah, GJ has been ranging, like a daily chart is ranging Kumo flat, and 4-hour chart also flat Kumo, flat Kijun Sen. So there's no decent trend on this GBP JPY right now. Yeah, so this is a range, and you better avoid taking trades on this one. Using Ichimoku as a newbie is really hard. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I remember once I used to use Ichimoku when I was a newbie, and at some point I quit using it. For the first year, I applied Ichimoku theories, but I just quit it because it was too complicated for me. But once I get used to the market, and once I used to analyze some candlestick patterns and price actions, and I started to look at and apply Ichimoku theories, and it made much more sense to me. So yeah, because Ichimoku Kinko really goes along with the price actions. So if you understand price actions more, then that means you can gain more decent knowledge of Ichimoku also. Yeah. All right. So I guess it's been about 1 hour already. Time flies. So I guess I will be ending for the analysis today. All right. Let's see. Just seeing that gold cross is working amazingly well in Nifty. That's good. That's good in 50-minute time frame. All right. Oh, Dow 30? Sure, I can add the Dow 30 also. Hold on, let me take a look at it real quick. Hold on, I will just put that one on the watch list. Dow 30. Oh, not Dow 30. Hold on, maybe just put Dow. Dow Jones 30. And just take a look at it real quick here. Dow Jones, starting from the daily chart, this is ranging, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat ranging. And 4-hour chart, also ranging. Yeah, there's no decent up or down trend, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat. So instantly, by looking at the Kumo shape and Kijun Sen, you know exactly whether this is uptrend or not. Yeah. But S&P 500 daily chart, I see uptrend. Yeah. S&P 500 index, this is Kumo is up. I mean, Senko span A is technically up, and Kijun Sen is upwards. So this is uptrend to me, but not the US 30. Yeah. Any information about NISA? Yeah, I don't really think about NISA, so yeah, not really sure about it. Yeah, I don't really use that one. For me, it was a mess. This first time I've seen it, I couldn't believe people use it. Yeah. Yeah, Ichimoku is very complicated because the name directly translates as one glance, right? Ichimoku is a one glance, but it's not really one glance, right? You have to look at like hundreds glance, but still don't get it. That was the case for me in the beginning. So hopefully I can deliver some of the simple way to use Ichimoku to capture trend or the market to capture the current market situation. All right, so yeah, sorry, I think I've got a couple more questions now, but I will be ending the market analysis session for today. And let me briefly talk about some of my profile. Okay, so let me switch it to the profile page. Hold on, let's see. So profile. Oh yeah, and so I have been talking about my profile recently, and I've covered all these introduction. So when you come to my page here, and when you click on this about and profile, you can see my whole profile here. So there is the table of contents is like this long. So I'm thinking to cover as much as possible, and I will clip the videos and upload these videos like this so that you can you know about myself also, and that's the idea here. So yeah, so I've covered about K, these two topics, and also I've covered the my net trade income history. I've covered this one, and I will go much deeper than that in my future profile introduction videos. And also the philosophy of my trading, I covered this one also. So today I will briefly talk about my educational background and career backgrounds. So hold on, let me hide this chat and let me squeeze my face so that you can see the whole sentences here. So yeah, here is my educational background. And so after graduating from high school in Japan, of course I was born in Japan and raised in Japan, Tokyo. So yeah, up to high school I was in Japan. I wasn't able to speak any words in English when I was in Japan. So first time I went to the US, Los Angeles, in Irvine Valley College. Before that, I was actually attending the language school, and because we have to take what we call TOEFL test, TOEFL test, we have to get the score to be in the colleges. So I had to study English first. I was studying it for 3 months once I moved to Los Angeles, Irvine. And I got the score, and I actually enrolled on this Irvine Valley College. So this was the first college I attended after coming from Japan. After a year, I went back to Japan to make and save money by doing multiple part-time jobs. So what happened was that I saved money, about $10,000. I saved money to study in the U.S. But unfortunately, it was not enough money, of course, and so I had my money actually run short, and I was actually doing some part-time jobs when I was in Irvine Valley College. Like I was teaching students, teaching Japanese for the college students, but it didn't really make enough money to finish the college. So after 1 year of attending Irvine Valley College, I had to go back to Japan to save more money. So the journey was not really as smooth as I thought. It was kind of rough. So I went back to Japan for a year. I saved money. I saved $20,000 for 1 year. I did not time frame. I did multiple part-time jobs and also some full-time jobs. And and after 1 year saving $20,000 of money, I re-entered to Santa Monica College. And I finished the college course, and I actually transferred to California State University, Long Beach by psychology major. And that was one of the most impacted majors at that time. So I decided to study psychology because I was interested in human psychology and also the communication itself. And that was the original purpose why I went to the US. I was thinking to study communication study, like the verbal and non-verbal communications was something that I was very interested. And I was thinking to study it in Japan, but as you might know, in Japan, most of the students are Japanese, and more than 99% are Japanese in Japanese universities. And that's why I thought, I wasn't able to study about communications that deeply from different cultures, and that's why I decided to study in the US on this communication and psychology. So finally, I went to the Cal State Long Beach to study psychology, and I really liked it. I really liked the study, but at some point I thought it's not enough because this was not really the research university, but this was more practical side. So for example, like the instructors or the professors were actually from the industries, like some of them are actually school counselor, or some of the professors are actually from the company counseling or human resources centers, and they were actually coming to this Long Beach, and they were actually teaching these techniques. So that was practical, and that was very interesting. But at some point, I wanted to do some more researches, and I was more interested in doing some researches, and that's why I transferred from Cal State Long Beach to University of California, Los Angeles, and then finished my whole study in this UCLA. Transferred to UCLA by psych major. And so, but after coming back to Santa Monica College until finishing the UCLA psychology education, I have been actually working. I have been working as a school counselor and personal career assistant when I was at Santa Monica College and CSU LB and UCLA. So this is actually my backbone of not only the academic psychological background, but also I have some practical a psychological, like a counseling or like a mentoring backgrounds here as part of my career. And also I was teaching Japanese too. I was teaching Japanese. I had a whole group of the class privately, and also I was teaching Japanese on one of the private schools every Saturdays. I was teaching Japanese there also. So teaching has been, and also mentoring and counseling people has been my background, as well as the psychological academic background. So this is my backbone in this in terms of the education. And after finishing the school, so career background, I just put this. So while I was in the university or college, I used to be a Japanese teacher. And also after finishing the school, I became a financial planner. So, and that was because I wanted to be successful financially. So that's why. And also because of the visa, right? It was very difficult to get visa at that time when I graduated from the university. So, and I wasn't able to get the visa based on the psychological or like a medical field. But instead, if I go for some business or financial industries, that was more easier to get visas. And that's another reason why I went to the financial industry. And here I was a sales representative of a life insurance, mortgage, and real estate. These were the big investment. The field in Los Angeles. So I was a sales representative at that time. And also I used to give financial some advice based on the client's portfolio. So I was looking into their portfolios, like the income and the expenses, and also loans, right? And I was investigating these people's portfolio, and I was giving some advice to how to make it better to run profit or run investment in a long run more stably. So I have a license in Los Angeles of advising financially. So that's something that I took here when I was a financial planner here. And then after that, because of the stress of the financial industries, right, there was people were very active, and also we were kind of competing with each other so much that I got very worn out. And once I visited the Sedona, Arizona, and I really liked it. It's so much different from Los Angeles. So if you haven't seen the Sedona, Arizona, let me show you some of the pictures now. So this is just a casual talk, so you can just relax and just listen to my words. But yeah, this is a place of the Sedona, Arizona. So this is one of the famous pictures here, Sedona. And this is actually in Arizona state, and this place is considered to be one of the most profound places for native Indians, American Indians. So I used to be a translator, and also I was a tour guide in this Sedona, Arizona. So I switched completely my career from financial industry to become a translator and also a tour guide here. It was very fun. I mean, the food was very great. I was a vegetarian when I was in Sedona for 2 years. So I didn't have any meat at all. And the vegetable was very fresh, and I feel the air, and I was waking up in the morning when the sun rises, and I went to bed when sun goes down, which was completely opposite a lifestyle from Los Angeles. So that was a very, some of the touching moments were actually happening. So that was very, a good relaxing moment for 2 years. So, and this is part of my background on this Sedona, Arizona here. So after 2 years of a Sedona, Arizona tour guide, and I also did some mentoring to the business owners when I was in Arizona, because I was a tour guide, but at the same time, the clients or the customers were actually, some of the customers were business owners from Los Angeles or from Japan or from different parts of the world. So I actually guided, because of my financial background, I mentored them and I gave some advices in terms of their businesses. So that was another part of my background when I was in Arizona, Sedona. And after that, what happened was that my visa got expired, and that's why I came back to Japan. And after I came back to Japan, I was actually an employee at one of the biggest IT companies in Japan that is called NTT Communications, and I was a career counselor and a trainer at that there in human resources. So I was in charge of employee training and human development and career counseling and assessment, and I was doing some interviews also. I had lots of interviews in English and Japanese, and that was my career background. And while I was in NTT Communications, I started to study Forex trade, because my colleague at that time was studying Forex also, and that's how I got involved in this Forex world. So yeah, and ever since after finishing this career, I became a full-time Forex trader. And here I am doing the YouTube for the previous 1 or 2 years. And this is becoming my profession now. So, I haven't been doing the Forex trading all the time. I had completely different background in terms of the education and the career. So I think this can be a great encouragement for anyone who is a newbie, because I know how you feel, right? I was a newbie when I was in this NTT Communications. I was a newbie in Forex. So I blew up account once, and the other one I decreased it in half, like 50% drawdown was happening on that second account. So that was very harsh, and I was in the middle of the darkness until I realized the importance of the trend follow, and also the importance of multiple time frame analysis. And after finishing the NTT and became a full-time trader, I was basically taking trades by myself. I was not in any groups in Japan. I was taking trades all by myself, and I never shared my analysis to anyone after I became a full-time trader. And 1 or 2 years ago, I think it was like 1.5 year ago from now, I decided to share my ideas, because I thought it might be interesting to share my ideas and meet the traders from different world, and that's why I started to share my ideas on YouTube. And when I started share the ideas or knowledge of Ichimoku, that actually really kicked the YouTube account. So ever since then, I get attention on the YouTube channel here, and I run the Ichimoku community, and I do some private Forex mentorings now. But myself, the main source of income is of course the forex trading. So and that's what I do right now, and that's what I will be doing in the future also. But so I'm thinking to move to Dubai from Japan due to a couple of reasons. But once I move to Dubai, I'm thinking to shift the portfolio from the short-term forex trading to mid to long-term stock and real estate investment. So that's why I started to study about stock markets and also the real estate in different countries. And that's why I started to look at some indexes and some stock markets. Because Ichimoku was originally created to take trades on stock markets. So now it's time for me to start to look at the stock markets and indexes and give some analysis here. And if there's a chance in Japan, while I'm in Japan still, due to COVID-19, the visa process has been already still stopped right now. So yeah, if there's a chance in Japan still, I will be opening an account on stock market, and I might take some trades on stocks also. At this stage right now, I'm still studying stock market, what impacts the stock markets and how they're moving, and also what kind of sectors they are, and some of the fundamental news that affect the stock markets. I'm still studying it. Once I master the forex, I think this is going to be the next step based on my investing career. So yeah, that was a brief introduction of my educational background as well as my career background. So yeah, and all the other details are actually on this profile page. So if you haven't come to this profile page yet, please come. You can once again click on this about and move to profile so that you see the whole page here. And I will keep talking about my own profile the later part of the lives, so that the you know about myself also. All right, so thank you for the live. Thank you for joining the live today, everyone. So I will be ending the live for now. So yeah, so today's Friday, and yeah, I will be looking at a couple pairs, and if there is any trend afterwards in New York sessions, I will be taking trades, but most likely I will close it because this is on Friday, unless I have a fixed 80 pips profit or more. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on the next live tomorrow. All right, so stay gold, everyone. Thank you for joining, and mata ne. Thank you. All right. Yeah, James, thank you for joining. All right, and Aurelio, good to see you. Oleg, thank you for joining. And Gabriel, good to see you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sure. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Yeah, I will see you next time. All right, so stay gold. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you.